All right, yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another review video on the channel. This is my second review video on the channel. The first one was about the Final Mouse Centerpiece Pro, and apparently I got so many views that I gotta make a second review video. This review video is going to be about the Pro X Superstrike X2. And I know this mouse has been out for a very long time, but this is a kind of a long-term review of this video, or of this mouse rather. So yeah, let's get straight into this. So here's the Superstrike X2. I have custom skates on it. I have the Tiger Ice skates, and I'm going to be talking about the click quality, the mouse feel, the creaking and all of that, because this mouse has like a huge controversy. A lot of people have been talking about this mouse on Reddit, especially on the mouse subreddit, about the click quality, the clicks feeling mushy and the mouse feeling like very creaky. When you press on the side, it starts clicking. My camera doesn't want to focus. I don't know why. Anyway, so I'm going to be reviewing all of that in today's video. I hate saying this, but if you guys could drop a like and subscribe, that would be pretty amazing. I'm trying to grow as a new YouTuber, so it would be amazing. Thank you very much. But yeah, let's get straight into this. So right here is the Pro X Superstrike 2, also known as Superstrike X2. And what it has, essentially, it has HITS technology. Now, what is HITS technology? HITS technology is basically, to simplify this for you guys, it's basically a Hall effect. So you know how wooding is at a Hall effect? You can set your actuation point and rapid trigger and all that stuff. You can do the same exact thing on these mouse clicks right here. You can set your actuation point. You can set your rapid trigger. You can have click haptics, because this is a mouse and you need click feeling, right? So they have integrated click haptics. So you can, you know, have click haptics. How strong do you want them? How light of a click you want? How heavy of a click you want? You can have all of that in this mouse. So on paper, this mouse should be really good, right? And every pro, most pros, and most people in general should be using this mouse, right? Well, not technically not, because of its potato shape. First of all, not a lot of people like the potato shape of the G Pro. Second, there has been a lot of issues with the build quality too. Like, my unit is perfectly fine. I have 2 units of this. They're both rock solid. They don't creak. They don't click when I press in from the side. The clicks are not mushy. You can't hear the clicks, by the way. Even if I'm like right next to my mic, you won't be able to hear the clicks because there is no clicks. It's a silent mouse. It just click haptics motors doing the work. But yeah, so anyway, this HITS technology was revolutionary when it first came out. You know, I know players like mushy and other people in CS2, they were using this mouse. It was a very, very nice mouse. But over time, they started switching away from this mouse, and mushy came back to the Superlight. And you know, a lot of people are using the Superstrike anymore, and with this good reasons. Like I said, like, you know, it was creaking and all of that stuff. But I'll go in depth into how you can change the settings of this mouse, and you know, and everything. So let me just show you guys how to change settings. There are 2 ways to change the actuation point and rapid trigger settings. First is the Logitech G Hub software. The second is onboard memory. So let me just show you guys what I mean. So in the Logitech G Hub software, as you can see right here, that in the Logitech G Hub software, you can see that you have your mouse. You click on the mouse, you're going to be right here, which allows you to set your sensitivity, DPI, not sensitivity, my bad, DPI, and wireless report rate, the polling rate. And I have it on 2K. And then if I were to go to assignments, this is where you can do your macros and all of that stuff. You guys know the gist of it if you guys own the what's it called, the Superlight. Scroll wheel, you have the B-hop mode. I think Superlight 2 also has this. Now, this is the most important part, because I remember the thing that I told you about HITS earlier. Yeah, you can change stuff here. So here you can see that you have the actuation point. For me, I have 5 actuation point, 5 rapid trigger, and 2 click haptics. For my left mouse button, for my right mouse button, I have 5, 3, 1, 5 actuation point, 3 rapid trigger, 1 click haptic. Now, I haven't used this mouse in a long time because my main has been the Zowie U2, but I was a long time Superlight 2 user. Before the Zowie U2, I was using the Superlight 2. But anyway, that's why I'm used to the shape of the Superstrike. But they added this new thing called Pro presets. Now I didn't know that. There's some mushy presets right here. You can see this is how it is. You could do a lot of like Que Serato. This is my own preset. So default settings, analog, showmaker, pretty cool. Wizzy, he's using everything on one, which is very, very fast. This is like lightning fast, by the way. For Monesi has the highest, I think, out of everyone, because CS requires like very precise. I know Que Serato is also from CS, but like I don't know, Monesi is an opera, right? So you don't want to like, you know, accidentally click. Anyway, there are all the pro presets right here. But anyway, talking about the controversies of this, they haven't fixed the side buttons at all. On my copy, the side buttons are completely fine. They're not that mushy. Some people get really mushy side buttons. On my copy, it's perfectly fine. And as far as the clicking goes, it's not mushy at all. I like the clicking. It is very good. And as far as the scroll wheel and everything, the whole build quality of this mouse on my unit is perfectly fine. But I know a lot of people that bought this mouse had terrible build quality and QC issues. So that's why Logitech is releasing their Superstrike Gen 2. Because there was so many problems with the Superstrike, the original Superstrike, that they're going to be releasing the Superstrike X2. I think it is set to release on September. I'm not too sure, but I do know Logitech is going to be releasing their Superstrike Gen 2, which is absolutely amazing, I guess. Now on the topic of Superstrike X2, I saw on Amazon that this mouse was listed for $130, but I guess it's back to $180. It was as low as $130 because they're releasing the Superstrike Gen 2, and I'll show you guys that posting as well. Here is the post, and you can see right here Logitech is indeed preparing for the Gen 2 Superstrike 2 gaming mouse. And it is amazing that Logitech is releasing their Gen 2 Superstrike 2, because for a lot of Superstrike fans, this mouse is basically their end game. So Logitech releasing the Gen 2 of the Superstrike 2 is probably amazing for them, you know, because they use this mouse a lot. For me, I never could get used to this actuation point, rapid trigger stuff. I could get used to it on the keyboard, but for the mouse, it's like I was misclicking way too much. And I will show you guys in game how it feels, how I can shoot and stuff like that. How, you know, the actuation point helps in some way, even though it's very minor. It's not going to make you have aimbot, which a lot of people were thinking they're going to have aimbot when they first bought this mouse, because of the overhyped, you know, scene of this mouse. A lot of people thought, you know, I'm going to pick this mouse up, I'm going to have the lowest actuation point, and I'm going to start aimbotting. Not true, guys, not true. It's just like, it's just clicking, guys. You can set it to lowest actuation point, and you can have pretty nice results. You could shoot faster. Let's say like in games like CS and Valorant where you're holding an angle, it makes more sense rather than using this mouse for Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, because they're like tracking heavy games. So for you playing like CS2 or Valorant, then I guess this mouse is good. Even the Gen 2s are going to be pretty good. The one thing that I hate about this mouse though, and I'm going to go full screen on this camera right now. One thing I hate about this mouse is the weight balancing. This mouse is front heavy, meaning that the front of it is heavier than the back. Because they have the hits tech into the clicks, the hits tech added the front heavy weightness, and because of that, it's front heavy. And compared to my Zowie U2, which is like perfectly balanced, this feels front heavy, and you can tell. You can get used to it obviously, but it feels front heavy and you can tell. Personally, for me, it kind of changed the way how I aimed in games, but yeah, that's also one of the reasons why I'm not using this mouse. Also, this mouse comes with the shittiest stock skates. They're using something called MWPE material, which is used on glass pads. You can use this on glass pad out of the box and it will feel just fine. But if you're using it on a cloth pad, such as the Artisan Zero that I'm using, or any other pad, this is gonna feel muddy because of the skates. So I had to replace the skates to Tiger Ice V2. I'm sorry. All right, so right now we are in CS2, and I'm gonna show you guys the clicking stuff. How nice it is to click with it, how fast this mouse is compared to the other mouse on the market. So let's say, oops, let's say you're holding an angle, right? you can click very fast. So let's say you're holding an angle like this. You can click very, very fast, and I'll show you guys because there is a tutorial. There is a scenario for holding. Oops. So you're holding an angle, and you can click very fast. You know, with this mouse. You're holding an angle, and then you can tap very fast. And this is not even on the lowest actuation, by the way. This is set at my actuation, which is 5 for this mouse. I'll show you guys the lowest actuation and how absolutely amazing this is. Even though I'm already good at holding angles, this could make you slightly better. I'm not saying it's going to give you a huge advantage, but it will make you slightly better at holding angles in CS2 and Valorant. But you can see right here that this is you know, this is kind of helping me just a little bit. It's not giving me aimbot necessarily. It's not making my aim better, but it is just making me click a little bit faster, which is helping a tiny little bit because it is cutting off some of the latency that, you know, some traditional clicks have. Like for example, my Zowie U2 has mechanical clicks, so it has the Huano blue shell pink dots. So yeah, it has traditional mechanical clicks. A lot of mice use optical switches, which, you know, cut down on the latency, but you know, the hit switches are pretty good, and they're like basically like zero latency in a way. It still has a tiny bit of latency, but you know, it's not way too much. Like it has, of course, every mouse is going to have a tiny bit of latency. You're not going to have instant because of you know, all the latency on your PC monitor and everything like that. But what I'm trying to say is that it's very, very like fast. That's what I'm trying to say. And all of that, you know, me, you know, stuttering and all of that, I'm just trying to say that this mouse is fast. But is it noticeably fast, or is it gonna noticeably change your gameplay? No, it is tiny bit faster, and you're gonna feel it, but it's not gonna be a game changer in any way. All right, so I've set my mouse to the lowest actuation possible, and let's see how it looks. See, I'm misclicking right now because you can't even grip your mouse on one actuation without like shooting, you know. But I am misclicking so much. But you can see right here that I'm holding an angle, and it's very easy for me to misclick, but it is slightly helping me hold an angle and hitting me, landing me that one tap that I usually cannot with different mice. Like on my Zowie U2, let's see. That was literally me adjusting to the click, because the click on the Zowie U2 is very heavy, so it takes a lot of force for you to press the click, so you don't misclick, which is actually really good. But it also like kind of takes away the whole point of you being fast. So you can see right here, I'm now adjusted, so I'm obviously shooting now. But you can see with the Superstrike X2, I'm very fast. I'm just clicking, you know, I'm just clicking very fast. And yeah, I think you guys get the gist of it. It's very, very fast. I'll show you guys how it works on the peeking as well. So let's say you're peeking an angle, you can instantly destroy someone. You guys kind of get the gist of it. It is actually very fast that I can't even control it. Like the clicks, it's super fast that sometimes I can't even control the clicks. But you can see that what I'm trying to say is that it is fast, but it's not going to help you like that much, but it is going to help you hold angles in CS, and which is kind of good. And that's why a lot of Superstrike users that are still using Superstrike want the Gen 2, because they're going to have like some massive improvements on the mouse. But yeah, as far as this mouse goes, I'm still not going to use it, obviously, because, you know, there's so many like, you know, things that I've talked about in this video that it's just a deal breaker. But with the Gen 2 of this Superstrike coming out soon, I think in September, it should be a very good buy. I don't think it's going to replace the regular optical switches or the mechanical switches on a mouse, but it is still gonna give you that alternative if you really want to, you know, get faster clicks like the Hall effect keyboards, you know, fast switches. So yeah. Oh yeah, and also Final Mouse has also implemented this type of tech into their mouse. They call it the TMR tech, which they are using Hall effect, but they're also using the mechanical, because TMR allows you to use mechanical and Hall effect. So they're using both of them combined to give you that real click, not fake click like the Logitech, where it's using click haptics, but they're using a real click, but with the actuation pointer and all that stuff. So yeah, is Superstrike 2 worth it? I'd say no, it's not worth it, because with the new Gen 2 coming out, I don't think it's worth it, because the Gen 2 is going to have a lot of improvements and upgrades over the current Superstrike. So I don't think it's worth it. But if you guys do want to get the current gen Superstrike, you're basically gambling. You might get good build quality, you might get terrible build quality, you might get mushy clicks, you might get like all sorts of stuff. So if you're getting the Superstrike, you want the latest tech, you want to experience the hits tech, I'd say you should wait to get the Gen 2 when they release it in September, I think. Hopefully it is in September. That's what they said, roughly. It's a rough estimate. But if you want to experience the tech right now, you're basically going to be gambling. It's going to be RNG. If you're getting good QC, if you're getting like, you know what I'm saying? Like the side creaking and all that. So it is up to you. But if you want to get a mouse, a really high tier mouse, in today's market, especially in 2026, I'd say look for the Razer Viper V4 Pro, the Logitech Superlight 2. But as for the Superstrike, I think you guys should wait until the Gen 2. So yeah, that is my opinion. And for me right now, it's not worth it. And I would probably not get it. If I were you guys, I would not be getting the Superstrike 2. But since I bought it on the release day, I have the mouse, but I will not be getting it currently. I would just be waiting for Superstrike Gen 2. That's about it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe down below, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next review video. Peace. Later.